Hello fellow YouTubers and welcome to this video. As you can tell by my shirt, this is the exact same day that I recorded the Tuesday Tirade episode number 5. And the reason I mention that is I would advise you guys checking out that series if you're stumbling across this video by freak chance and you haven't subscribed already. I think it's a pretty good series. A little bit of anger, a little bit of hostility. I think it's kind of nice. But this video is a Q&A video. So what I did was I took 10 questions, randomly generated them because nobody's asking questions. Come on, people. The Ask FM link is in the description box down there. You don't need an account to ask a dumb question. And by asking a dumb question, I can get up more of these videos. Seems like a pretty good toss-up, I think. But let's begin. The first question is, what country do you want to visit the most? That would probably be Canada. Because Canada's cool. I don't think anybody would argue that. I'm sure people would because, there's the people who are like, Canada is just America's top hat. But Canada's pretty awesome. Just in general, always loved Canada. The next question is, how do you prefer to be awakened up in the morning? And that just doesn't sound like a correct sentence. Awoke in the morning? I don't know what would be better. But I really like when you wake up and you just slept for as long as your body could handle it. And you just wake up. That's the way to wake up. It's also really nice when you wake up and there's a cat in your face. A literal cat. I mean, that's pretty fun. The next question. Do you whistle in public? No. Because I can't whistle at all. Sometimes if I hear other people whistling, I will whistle back by saying whistle. So they're whistling and I'm like, whistle, whistle. Just to say something because, whistling is kind of awkward, I think. But maybe that's just me. Let me scroll down real fast. If you could instantly speak any language in the world, what would it be? Pretty easy answer here. I would have to say Spanish. Because one day, more people are going to speak Spanish, right? Like in the US, don't they say that at some point in time, the Spanish speakers are going to outnumber the English speakers? So knowing how to speak Spanish would actually be pretty helpful in communicating. Granted, like Mandarin Chinese would be pretty interesting, but I don't really care that much. What do you put on your pizza? They have these really great pizzas called white pizzas. And I'm sure I'm probably like one of the only people in the world who actually enjoy these. But what they do is they get rid of the tomato sauce and they replace it with, I think it's like feta cheese. And then they put broccoli and tomatoes on there. I think it's really cool because pepperoni stick makes me nauseous. So, what is better, the truth even if it hurts or a lie? The truth, I'd imagine, because the lie serves no purpose, really. I mean, maybe it's just me. But I'd rather have the truth because the lie is kind of a waste of time. But I guess everybody kind of likes the lie. Yeah. What's a phrase you use often? This is ridiculous. Did you see what DeAndre did? I use that pretty often. Peace out, home skillets. A lot of really stupid catchphrases that are used on this channel. What's a subject you wish you knew more about? Probably anything. Because, I don't know, I feel like a problem with like me on YouTube, for instance, is that I don't know enough about any one core area to actually like dedicate myself to it. Like say I wanted to talk about like wrestling. Okay, well I do have a channel for that, but I don't upload to it anymore. But really, I wasn't around for the Attitude Era or the Golden Era, so I can't talk about those. I've been so on and off that I really can't talk about much in today's era. When it comes to Pokemon, yeah, I know a lot about it, but I never really competitive battled, so there's a big gap there. Stupid things like that. So really, if I wanted to learn anything about anything, really, because, I don't know, I think it'd be better for me personally to be well-versed in something versus a jack-of-all-trades kind of thing like I do now. If you were to get a tattoo today, what would you get and where would you have it placed? I don't know where I would have it placed, but I have been thinking about this tattoo where it'd be a Mudkip, because Mudkip is my favorite Pokemon. I feel like I mentioned that on this channel. I'm sure I have. But you get a Mudkip, and he's standing on 2 legs, and he's standing on a ball, but the ball would be the planet Earth. It's just a thought I've had to where it would be like a symbolic thing, like the Mudkip would be losing his balance. He'd be about to fall. So it'd be like a symbolic thing of like trying to keep your inner child in a world that doesn't really allow that. Granted, I guess with Mudkip that wouldn't really work because, like 70% of the world's water. But I think it'd be pretty cool because, it's Mudkip. But I don't know where I would have it placed. I don't think I'd ever actually do it. But how would you do on a song competition show? I'm assuming this is something like American Idol or America's Got Talent or The X Factor. I do pretty horribly. I'm pretty certain of that. I can't sing. I do sing a lot, but I can't really sing. Don't have rhythm, so I can't really dance or play an instrument. So I'd do pretty horrible on any song competition show. I highly doubt it would go well, unless it was like a, I can't remember what the guy's name is. The guy from, I think it was American Idol back like 13 years ago, and he sucked so bad that people wanted to hear him more because he had like the confidence, like, I try my best. But even that, I don't have that kind of confidence to be like, woo, I did my best, because I'm not an idiot. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, leave me a like, leave me a comment further down there. Also, subscribe, and if you're still here at this point, ask me some questions, so that way I'll have actual questions to answer on the next Q&A instead of making Ask-FM give me these dumb questions that aren't really that interesting. Anyway, peace out, home skillets.